On the continent of Khorvaire, a chance encounter brought 4 intrepid travelers together on the road to adventure. Though they began as strangers, they soon became known as the Hero Squad.
Last time on Heroes. I guess before we go into the last times, here's some admin for the people watching, for the people of the listening to the podcast. There are a couple of additional books that I'm bringing in to draw from. Essentially, I was just looking around for some inspiration for this upcoming session, and I found a couple of books that I want to fold in some components to. And additionally, we all came across the Dragon Stew book, which is all about cooking and adding that to D&D. So it's very, if you watched our Uranium Chef, very similar to that. So I'm going to be bringing in elements of Dragon Stew. I'm also going to be heavily modifying, but bringing in a lot of elements from a module called Murder on the Eberron Express. So I guess a little bit of spoilers for what might be happening while we're here. But I did want to give credit where credit's due because it's an amazing module. And the cool thing about it, this is not going to play into how we do this, but for those of y'all who might want to play this at home, it actually has a system like Clue, where everyone playing at the beginning rolls to find out who's the murderer, and then that person knows and no one else knows, and then you carry out the whole thing under that bit of information. So, highly recommend people checking it out, and I think it's something that we may come back to later on as like a one-shot where we can really do the rolling to find out who's the killer, because that sounds like a lot of fun, right? It's like Among Us RPG edition. I'm stoked. So I'm going to be drawing on that, but it's not going to be in the randomized way. And then finally, there's another one called Dragon Shard Sundown, which I may pull a couple of elements from, but it is essentially a Western set in Eberron, a 3-part adventure where you go, you are looking for somebody, you go and you have to heist a train, and then you have like a final showdown thing. So it's another really cool one. So that's that admin out of the way, y'all. Bunch of cool books. Dragon Stew, Murder on the Eberron Express, and Dragon Shard Sundown. Okay, so last time we found our adventurers helping to thwart some attackers, some creatures that were assaulting a base that is setting up these protective walls to push back the invading creep, as it is being referred to, or the merc. Now, in order to move forward, it sounds like the Hero Squad is going to have to be traveling far, far west, south, far away from where they are. And to do so, they're going to have to disguise themselves. So, Lordran and and Ranspur and a number of other individuals who are kind of trying to run this operation behind the scenes have set it up so that the gang will be providing security on Oleandra's Chalice, the well-known, well-regarded, Eberron famous gambling casino / traveling cruise, essentially, on a train. So, we last left our heroes putting on their new disguises as tiny little gnomes, being escorted to the workers' quarters, not onto the casino floor, by a number of individuals kind of leading them that way. It is our adventurers, as you would expect. Ravo is there also in gnome form, and Ranspur is there in gnome form. And I think that's it. Yes, that's your squad. It's your squad right now. So, the doors open, and this is the second set of doors that you are seeing, and the last set, golden, glorious, as the air kind of opened up, it rushed out, and a million wonderful smells entered into your nostrils. You could hear the sounds of the music. I think you even heard some Questini's Child being played somewhere. And Over here, it's a little less exciting. It's kind of gross. It's just like really dirty.
Wait, you would think the employees' lounge would be nice.
No, this ain't like. Oh, you'd think. What do you see when you walk in? Well, you see all along the wall over to the left here, there is a door to go through to go further, deeper into the train. Lots of boxes and things stacked up, all kinds of like garbage and things thrown away. It seems like, stuff that kind of gets tossed aside. And literally, as you are thinking that to yourselves, you see a worker kind of walk in, throw some towels on a pile, and then walk back out. Okay?
What kind of train are you running here?
So that's the towel pile, then?
That's the towel pile, or just the trash pile. You see all kinds of stuff there, all kinds of laundry. Then there's a person there in front of you who is greeting you as you come in. It was two, actually. The first one, though, you catch eyes with immediately. You're like, wow. You're all kind of like, oh my gosh, taken aback a little bit. Like, this person's really, what is going on? This individual introduces herself as Petunia. Why, hello there, everyone. Welcome to Alondra's Chalice. I hear that y'all are going to be joining us on board here as our new security. My name's Petunia. It's so nice to meet you. I'm chief hostess and CEO of all sorts of hospitality that's going to be going on here. Now, as she's saying this, she's just talking, it's just spinning this yarn. It feels like a warm blanket how she speaks. Now, Petunia is a flowerling. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, because you probably don't, this is from the Dragon Stew book, so go check out Dragon Stew if you're curious. But Petunia is a flowerling, which is a creature formed of magic out of the earth. They look like plants, and they are heavily connected to nature, and she is of the flowerling variety, very obviously so. They're usually named after the flowers that they appear like, and as a result, Petunia is no different. She has her sort of hair/head is almost in the shape of like one of those big derby hats, like Derby Day, but it's like petunias, like real petunias on it that are kind of like flowing around. And she kind of like her body kind of forms into also kind of like a sundress looking kind of thing. And she just seems to be having a ball just being herself. So I hear y'all are working with us. Now, there's a couple of things that we're going to have to go over before we let y'all just in there running wild, being your great security selves. First and foremost, we don't like that word. Security. Listen to it. Oh, secure. Don't like it. We
Calm
like
down there, Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. Are you accusing me of something? Instead, we like to consider y'all hospitality engineers. You're going to be out there making sure that everyone is just feeling wonderful and like they're being taken care of just the best that they can. So, your job may not be the normal security that you're used to, where you're going to be going around making sure everything's safe. I mean, you got to do that, but you also need to blend in. You need to maybe take a drink order or two. Maybe you need to let somebody just air their complaints at you. Point is, the customer's always right. Okay? So, I'm going to need y'all to do that. And then I guess I'll let him speak as well. Come on in. Come on over. And so the other guy steps forward. And you can't think of someone with a more opposing style. So this guy, just sort of steps in. Hello. My name is Maximilian Olana. I am the actual chief of security here, but none of y'all will actually be involved in that.
Excuse me.
You're working for her. Yes?
I believe it's chief of hospitality specialists.
Engineers.
Thank you.
As I was saying before, I was so really interrupted by this. Well, I am the actual chief of security on this here vessel, but you will not be involved in that in any way because you are all wimps, whelps, children, and nothing that could ever be anything of value to me. Do you understand?
Not quite. Again, are we security or are we hospitality engineers? I'm confused.
This one might be too dumb to work for you. I'm out of here. So he, as soon as he's done greeting you very quickly, he turns around and he walks up some stairs behind you, and you see him head up. And there's a door that has a very clear, no access, staff only. No one goes up here that you saw him go through.
Okay, so that's Max. He likes to be called Maximilian, or Captain Max, as I like to call him. He doesn't like it, but I call him that anyways. He says it's the wrong title. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. So, here's all I'm saying, y'all. I want you to have a wonderful time, and I just, well, if you have any questions before we get out there, do let me know, because we're going to just get you guys your assignments, get you all set up, and get out there. What you think? Yes.
And I have a question.
Yes, what's your name?
Brittany takes a moment because she hasn't talked yet in gnome form, and she's like, what is this voice?
Oh yeah, when do we get leisure time on the train to enjoy the festivity? What? Is this how I sound?
Yeah,
What's happening?
That's how you sound. I love it.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, when do we get to have a break and enjoy everything on the train?
Oh, I don't I don't fully understand what you mean. Did you buy a ticket? I'm so confused. What are you talking about?
I mean don't we get to have a break at all and enjoy the roulette tables, or go play poker and discover the river, or go eat the fancy meals? When do we get to partake in that?
You are
It's a practical joke, Petunia. It's a practical
so
joke.
funny. You have me going there for a second, but I mean, come on. You're not exactly the clientele we expect around here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to insult you or nothing. It's just, we have a certain reputation to uphold, and well, let's just say those of us who work over here don't get to spend much time over there in any kind of leisure capacity, okay? But maybe, hey, look, you'll get over there. Maybe someone will invite you over, say, hey, come help me over here. Maybe I want to play against you. You never know. Just do what the people ask you to do, and it'll be fine. But fun? It's just fun seeing the smiles on people's face. This? Oh, well, this is our security lounge. Yeah.
Well, then why are they
with the towel pile and the trash pile
A
and everything?
security lounge? Does that mean the fancy drinks are here? Where's the wine? Where's the wine fridge for us?
Oh, that would certainly be at the front of the train.
Okay.
Near the luxury cabins, near the kitchen, near the bar, near the gambling, cars. We're very far away from that because, they don't trust this part of the train with that part of the stuff, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
But
Wow, you guys have a lot of questions.
If we find anyone that's being a troublemaker, that's being stealing or anything along those lines, should we go ahead and report them to you? Should we throw them off the train? What's the best policy there for you?
Okay, well, first and foremost, you do not accuse them there, all right? Because that's lawsuits. You don't even want to mess with it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to come all the way back here, and then I'm going to get Maximilian, and then Maximilian is going to deal with that, how Maximilian's going to deal with that, okay?
We're like a mall cop, we call the real cops whenever there's something going wrong.
Look, even if you see him shoplifting, you can't stop him, okay?
Yes, you there with the questions.
Yeah, where are the sleeper cars for us with the nice fluffy down beds and the pillows and the nightcap? Where are we sleeping?
Oh, you know what? I can show y'all to y'all's room just right away, before we send y'all out.
Great,
No, it's okay.
great.
Just follow me. So first she steps kind of over one of the piles of stuff, just right through over here. Okay, all right. And then, opens the door, and it kind of sticks a little bit. Okay. All right. It's okay. And you're walking through this car. And, through this car, you see there are actually a lot of other passengers who are here who are, kind of jammed into these much smaller seats. These are obviously it's passenger car over here. You pass through the passenger car towards, past a couple more passenger cars into a sleeping area where basically it's just a bunch of beds stacked real tight. And she leads you over to the corner, kind of
let's say there's 4 rows of beds. Row number 3, and just kind of like points at it. Here you go. This is all yours.
We don't have our own private room?
Private room. This one's a riot, isn't she?
Oh my goodness! You are funny. You are funny. She is good. She should be up on stage. I'm telling you, she is a natural entertainer. My goodness.
I'm picturing rooms like the ones we built in colony survival.
Yes.
For all of our colonists, just rows of like one long bed.
But also imagine if we could have put bunk beds, right? Because we wanted to, but you couldn't. But if you could, that's what it is. So yeah, it's not great. So wouldn't advise spending too much time here. A lot of bodies. It seems like the air kind of starts to fail a little bit when there's too many people. So let's head on. Let's head on back up that way. And so she leads you back up to the front, towards that like little security trash room that you guys started in.
Are we supposed to take care of any of the passengers in the passenger car, or are we only in the casino area?
Oh, no. That is not our department. No, we are hospitality, and hospitality is paid for. They did not. So that's, they get what they get.
Speaking of hospitality being paid for, how much are we getting paid for this hospitality gig?
Oh, I arranged that with your supervisor, Ransper. It's all been taken care of. Yeah.
Awesome.
I look to Ransper.
I didn't give you guys your per diems. so silly of me. Oh, geez. And he kind of like leans over to Atlas. He's like, I don't have any money. I thought Lordrum gave you guys stuff.
It's fine. It's fine.
I lean up. I was like, it's not fine.
Brittany's oblivious to what happened. She's just like leaning up against a corner with her arms crossed and like very still upset about everything.
Of course.
So when's first shift? Should we get started now?
Oh yeah, we should get y'all.
Now?
Yeah, let's get y'all started.
To relax?
You know what? Here's what we'll do. Relax. Oh my goodness. I needed a good chuckle. That's good. Relaxing. That's what you pay for on this train. You're not. Anyway. So, why don't we go on a little tour? How about we do that? You'll walk with me. We'll walk through the different cars. And then maybe y'all can decide where you want to be posted up, Wait, maybe we can do a little raffle. Mm-hmm.
Did we, last time, did we put on a uniform? Are we wearing uniforms already?
We're
wearing the stones.
Hats. You're wearing the hats and the stones. Yeah.
Yeah, and the stones sort of have outfits sort of applied to them, right?
Okay. I couldn't recall because it's been a while whether we were already uniformed up or not.
Yeah.
What does the uniform look like?
Yeah, remind us.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. If you a little bit longer, what was going to happen is right as you were about to step through the door, she grabs you by the side, Petunia, and says, "Oh, hold on a second. You can't go out there like that. You can't be looking like that. Come on over here. We got some stuff for you. So she brings you over to the new uniforms, which are certainly more hospitality driven. First, pops those little blue hats off your heads, puts little pink hats on your heads. Beyond that,
well, at least this is an improvement.
There are little like vest, pants, nice shirt combos. Think of like what if you see like a very fancy casino, think that. But like bright pink on the vest and kind of like a light gray on the pants. It's very, very, very light color scheme here. Very pink. And there's also a couple of like little like dress type things on offer. She basically says, here's your choices. We like to give everybody a little option, but you're going to want to look like this because it makes everybody out there feel a lot more comfortable, Like I said, when you come out there and you're looking like security, it's not good. Instead, hospitality, right? That's what we want. You walk in, that's the face we want. Y'all ready? Y'all dressed up?
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. You're going to be my number one. You're going to be my employee of the week. I know it. Oh, you're going to win a prize.
What happens if we get employee of the week? Do we get to bathe in the spa?
It's a prize.
You win a prize. I can't tell you what the prize is.
Is the prize the spa?
It's not the spa.
Can you tell me how long is our trip? What's the ETA?
Oh, it's should be on way to Zalargo about 14, 15 days, I think. Couple of weeks. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. I think I just inhaled a bug.
It only takes that long?
That can happen in here sometimes. Someone get the bug stick. Get the bug stick! And then you, another little worker comes in. Well, one of y'all roll like actually, Ash, you have good passive perception. You guys are all distracted. Brittany is saying, "Oh, I choked on a bug." This little guy comes walking in the room after Petunia yells for him, and comes in and just starts bashing at the pile of the clothes with this stick. And Atlas, you kind of notice out of the corner of your eye, doesn't look alive. It looks like an automaton. Like it's like all bronze and stuff.
The little person that's bashing is looking like an automaton?
Is it like a
Yeah.
Is it like a warforge?
Not a warforge. Not a warforge. But definitely mechanical.
Is Petunia still talking, or would it be rude for me to like go up to this automaton?
Oh yeah, I mean you could go up to him if you wanted to. Sure.
Or no, maybe I'll just I'll ask Petunia. Hey, Petunia, who is that over there?
Oh, well, that's another one of our little helpers. You see, like a lot of the people that we got working on this ship, they're not people. They're actually just little automatons. They can do a lot of stuff. They're pretty good, do basic things, here and there kind of stuff. Yep.
And him bashing that pile of clothes, scares
the bugs away.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they hide in there.
Scares them away to where?
Oh, further back. We just chase them until we get to the edge of the train, and then usually you just maybe they'll go away.
Just decouple that train.
Can I ask, what is the pile of clothes? Does someone take care of it?
It looks like a pile of trash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's laundry. It'll be taken care of. There'll be shifts coming through. Actually, I might have one of y'all do that. If you're asking so much, that's something you would like to do. Would you like to do the
no, I would love to take a tour.
Question, real quick.
Yeah.
Why don't the automatons just do the hospitality engineering as well?
They're not as good at the conversing as the talking and the chatting and the charming. They can get you a drink, but if you say like, "Oh man, I had a long day," they'll be like, "Days are always the same. No day is longer than another. This is eternity of torture." That kind of thing, and it's just like it's just not so good for them.
Yeah, I bet they couldn't ask nearly as many questions as us either.
No, this has been a large amount of questions. One might say an entire, episode's worth of questions. And I don't even know what I mean by that. Just kidding. Should we go on a little tour though?
Let's go on a tour.
Okay, everybody's got there. All right.
I sort of fall back and I I'm walking, but walking a little slower to fall back to Rhaegar, and I'm like, Rhaegar.
Okay.
Rhaegar.
Yeah.
We need to form a mutiny.
I am 100% with you. I am going to befriend that little guy, all right? We are going to liberate these automatons.
Okay. Good talk. I start walking back up to Brittany.
Nice.
Brittany.
I lean over.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. And I start walking away from you.
Wait, Christina, don't leave me! Don't leave me!
Oh my gosh. All right. So, you guys head into the first of the cars they're trading up to. And the first one is actually like a passenger car again. This one, seats are nicer, spread further apart. Clearly the clientele has a little bit more money. This is another passenger car, not a sleeper. So you walk through this one. You kind of, "Oh, hello, how's it going? Nice to see you. Need anything? I'll send someone your way. Okay, hi, how's it going?" Right, that's Petunia the whole way down. You make it to the next car. She's like, "All right, here's where the real business begins. Y'all be on your best behavior."
Is it the spa?
She opens the door, and it is not a spa, but it is the gambling car. And so you see all kinds of tables out with all sorts of different games being played. There's dice games, card games. There's even betting on snail races in the corner, which you have heard of in Zalargo. Not something that people are used to elsewhere.
How fancy are these snails?
Oh, there's some pretty fancy looking snails. Right now, you're kind of seeing it out of the corner of your eye. Someone roll a perception there, Jazzy.
19.
Nice. Okay. You look out of the corner of your eye, and you just turns out you kind of know a little bit about amateur snail racing, and you out of the corner of your eye, you catch Sparkles McGee
All right, and he's
The
the one
Sparkles
everyone knows.
McGee?
The Sparkles McGee is the snail that has won the cup 3 years in a row. And also has a very shiny shell, hence the name, Sparkles McGee. So that one's here. You know Sparkles is here, so you know it's going to be a real deal race.
Based on this knowledge, what is his win-loss ratio?
Oh, it's certainly positive. He's certainly got a high end. He's the most winningest of snails.
In the lower leagues, he's just been promoted.
I like the idea now that Christina, in her off time, occasionally goes to the snail races without Brittany.
Maybe we know that. Maybe we're unwrapping some onion layers here. So then, as you're
Brittany is like tugging on Christina's sleeve and like,
Look at all the gambling we could do. This is so much fun.
So as you're heading into the next cart, you walk through and, you see all kinds of characters there. Some individuals. Rhaegar, will you roll? You roll a perception now, actually.
18.
Okay, there are a couple of people here who are of prominence that you kind of remember from your days, kind of on the streets of Fairhaven and whatnot. Specifically, you see Hieronymus Dash. And Hieronymus Dash, as you would know, and you can relay this to your friends at a time when it's quiet, is a former soldier from the last war, big hero. A lot of people, credit him with, some pretty heroic acts, saving a lot of people's lives, being the leader of the charge in a fight against some forces on the Western Front. And, but since then, he's sort of become like a bit of a celebrity, but also, not with the best reputation, right? He's sort of fallen on hard times here and there, but he always seems to be in the news. So what he's been known to do lately is go on these types of cruises and things like that, meet with a lot of very important politicians and whatnot. He's a mover and a shaker. Beyond that, you clearly see his longtime friend and business partner, Killian Braith. So you see Killian there. They're both together at a table, and they're just like having a great time. There's they've surrounded themselves with beautiful elven women, and they're throwing their dice. It's very Vegas in a movie where you got like that. Like it's Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man throwing the dice. It's that situation. All right?
Are they blowing on him?
Oh yeah. Got to get Lady Luck. Alondra's got to get Alondra's luck. So you see that as you're coming through, and
I know that guy.
Yeah.
It's Hieronymus Dash.
Oh, yes, indeed. Don't point. Don't point. They don't like it. They don't like it. Yeah, it's weird. People with famous names that you recognize don't like being pointed at or looked at. It's weird. Opens the doors, and as they walk through,
I know, right? It's just so irritating.
It's bizarre. So then you head into the next car, and this is the bar car, the restaurant car. And this is very fancy. There's some more in the back of the train that are probably not so good looking, because this one is real good looking. And that this one cannot feed all those people back there. So you come into this bar car, and it's just fancy, fancy, fancy. Brittany, you immediately see a couple of bottles of wine on the shelf that even make you blush a little bit. And you can see that the bartender is an automaton. He's a little like copper gnome looking dude who's like bouncing back and forth between the people ordering things and just getting them for him, but not really, interacting much. You also hear from back behind the bar a lot of yelling, but it sounds like very Gordon Ramsay. We'll put it that way. Yes.
You donkey!
Yelling coming in the kitchen. Yeah.
You donut.
I'll put 2 pieces of brioche around your head. I'm an idiot sandwich. So, again, you see a lot of well-to-do people. In here, it's a little quieter. There's also a little stage. And on that stage, you see a band getting set up. And, they're in the middle. They're getting ready to set up. They're not quite playing yet. And that's where we're going to leave that one. You're going to head on through the next door. And now is when you're in the sort of like the pampering quarters. So this is where they've got baths and massage tables and all the nice stuff that you'd want to pamper yourself. As you walk in, there's a lot more hospitality people there than the little gnome worker guys. So you see actually people that kind of dressed up like y'all, but not the same uniforms, right? Where y'all are wearing like the vests and everything like that. They've got more like the polo shirts with the shorts, that kind of a deal.
Is it also pink?
Also pink. Okay. Always on brand.
I'm just pure curiosity. You said this is where the baths and stuff are?
Yeah.
So we're on a moving train. Like, just, is there anything that looks like it would be used to stop like insane splashing from sudden breaks or anything like that? Like, I'm just curious how these spas look in case that happens.
They're magical, obviously.
That is
magic
really
world.
That is the answer, really. But to be fair, to be real, the trains do have like force fields and whatnot on them to make the interior not impacted by what's going on out there. This is a very expensive train. They've got the best of technologies. They've also got the best of mages. So.
Got it.
It's kind of like maglev trains. Like I saw a train in China the other day, and they had like like a coin balanced while the train was going. It wasn't moving, It's just like
and that is how the lightning rails work, right? Because they're not actually on a physical rail, so they're not like having any friction. They are floating along energized lightning. Like, so they're basically skating on air. So it shouldn't experience that, but y'all remember what happened when it fell over last time, so who knows?
Before we move on,
yes,
Brittany would like to see how much it costs for an all exclusive spa ticket for the whole trip.
Like, are you asking that to somebody or
no? She's looking for like a pamphlet.
I'm looking for like a pamphlet or something that will tell me the price for like the nicest spa pamper deal.
Will you roll a perception for that?
Yes, I will.
She really wants to get out of some hard work.
She's looking for deals.
A dirty 20.
Okay. Dirty 20. So what you learn in your searching for this information is that you needed to buy that ticket before you got on the train. Yeah.
Are there like a limited number of slots and they're taken?
Yes, and they are taken.
If somebody were to die, would you be able to take their spot?
Right.
We appear to have an opening. Well, now everyone's suspicious of Brittany.
Just throw them off the back of the train with the bugs.
Accuse them of theft and take their spot.
Wow, that's layered. Accuse them of stealing and steal from them.
Christina's nothing if not layered.
So
like an onion.
Big old stinky onion.
Finally, you're taken through to the last couple of cars and just shown that these are the luxury quarters. This is where all of the well-to-do people will be staying. And while you're there, you actually do see a very fancy-looking lady. She's in probably her 70s or 80s, has, her hair up in that kind of like 3-bun style,
70s or 80s human? I mean, human, because like if they were an elf. Okay.
Human. Yeah.
Okay, so like Bram Stoker's, but with a third one.
Yes, like Bram Stoker. Yeah. Gray. Long, green, dress, long, goes all the way to the sleeves, goes all the way to the top of the neck. They're very proper, demure. And so you see her there kind of like getting out of her quarters and then, walking towards the where you guys just came from, and, kind of passes by you and sort of hello. Please do not address me. Move out of the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She walks by you, just kind of nose in the air, heads back down the way you went. And you reach the front of the train where the engineer's car is, and that's, you can see Ransper in there talking to the train engineer. He's like, oh, hey guys, sorry, went up here ahead of you. How's it going? How's your little tour of the train going? You guys ready for your security job or whatever? What's going on?
No, I hate it.
Okay. Well, you gotta do it anyways, though, so it's fine.
I'm ready.
Good. Cool.
This guy.
All right, well,
Where do they keep the automatons? Are they just always working?
Yeah, where do those guys sleep? Do they sleep in the car in the back with us?
Or do they recharge somewhere?
Beds back
well,
there.
Yeah, they don't really have to sleep or charge or anything. They're great. They're like little robots. They just keep on going as long as you want them to. But during the quiet hours, if there's nobody around, they'll just go into a little nook in the wall and just wait until somebody calls on them.
Oh,
why
so
don't
it's
they,
the walls.
Why don't
okay.
they clean in the middle of the night? Like you got those piles of dirty laundry going there in the break car. Like you could just work them overnight, have them clean that stuff. You guys are wasting productivity by having them go to sleep in the walls.
Well, no one's paying for that.
You gotta be. You don't pay these automatons, do you?
No, but nobody's paying to have that part clean. So, why? I get paid for hospitality. If you ain't paying me for hospitality, what am I going to do? What am I going to do,
Because then you won't have to chase the bugs out.
But no, the bugs go when we throw them out the back. I mean, we just chase them down when they're there. You're not making any sense here.
All right.
We already got the bug problem taken care of. The bugs get thrown out the back after someone comes in with the bug beating stick, and then they flee into the back, and then you have someone else chase them with a flame spell through cars 19 and 22, and then by the time they reach the end of that, then we've got ourselves a nice tracking dog who kind of sniffs around, and that gets the rest of them to just flee right off the back. So I don't know what you better...
Is that why they call them fleas?
There you go, because they ain't going to stay. They're going to run. That's what I'm telling you.
I just now got that.
So, with that, why don't we set us up a little schedule and get y'all off to your first little jobs and get you doing some stuff? What you think?
I want to believe she's standing next to the whiteboard with the calendar on it and everything.
Yeah. Basically. Who's ready for their schedule?
Atlas is ready.
Atlas is so ready.
Who? My name's Dollop.
When did you make up this name?
Hold on. I call a quick team huddle real quick.
I was going to say, on that reveal.
Yeah, team huddle.
Did we make up names? Did Christina, Brittany, do you guys have names?
Well, I feel like at this point we might have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. People might know who we are, especially if we're all four of us together using the same names. That was smart.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that'd be great.
You can call me Billy with two eyes.
You're Billy.
Billy
All
with two eyes.
eyes?
Billii. Got it.
Yes, that way.
And you? What's your? I point to Rager.
My name is Daldo
and Dollop. We're still a
Daldo
pair.
and Dollop. That's right.
Daldo. That's
Daldo.
Okay.
That's
Daldo, Billy, Dollop, and
I don't know. I'm very bad at gnome names.
Pippi. She's Pippi now.
Pippi?
You didn't make up a name, and I made up one for you. You either come up with one now.
Dollop, Daldo, and Billy. All right.
Brittany, this is your chance. Brittany, this is your chance now to change it. Go.
this journey on this train, I think, is going to be a coming of age moment for Christina, where she's really going to start to, distance herself from Brittany and figure out that she's her own person.
No, we have one mind, apparently.
You finish each other's sandwiches.
Is Pippi a gnome name that strikes fear into the heart of people and and is super important?
I'm terrified.
Oh yeah, everyone knows
Not
about
as
Pippi
much
the
as
Destroyer.
Doll-
Dollop,
You're
but
always
it's
terrified.
close.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, because with a dollop, it's like dollop of what? What's in a
I
dollop?
don't know.
It's terrifying to consider.
Yeah. But you're curious. Everyone wants a little dollop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want a little dollop. It's true. You are a little dollop.
I hate all of you.
All right.
Except Christina.
Let's, you mean Billy. Let's end
Billy.
episode there.
On Dollop?
This episode of Hero Squad has been brought to you in huge part thanks to the generous contributions of these incredible people over at patreon.com. If you guys want to add your name to the list, gain some amazing rewards, and help us out in the process, click that link down below. Thanks for your continued support, and we'll catch you guys next time.